The message.
Yeah. Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard and go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That pressure made a star right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah. We back in this bitch. You understand me? We are your host of this show, Under the Lights. I'm Big Mike, and that's my guy, Jordan. What's up, boy?
Yeah, baby, talk to me. It's good, man.
I'm good, man. You know, it's just inching closer to football season. OTA start today. If people don't know what OTA mean, that's organized team activities. You know what I'm saying? You know, my Philadelphia Eagles out there doing what they do. I don't know when the Ravens start theirs. I don't follow the Ravens. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure everybody OTA start, you know what I mean, around the same time, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. You understand me? I know my team gonna be inputting some new shit, new wrinkles and shit like that with the new offensive coordinator. I just hope this nigga don't try to come out here and reinvent the motherfucking wheel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the offense is the offense, baby. You know what's up. You know what we do. You know what I mean? Don't try to come out here and do no different shit, though. You feel me? So, but other than that, NBA playoffs is booming still. Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals getting busy. You know what I mean? Had OKC pulled out. They win last night, went up 3-0. We got game 4, the Pacers and the Knicks tonight in right here in that town. Downtown, the Game Bridge Fieldhouse is going to be lit. You know what I mean? Hey, you remember when they told Tyrese Halliburton Pops he couldn't come to the game no more? They lifted that ban. So I think he might be able to be in the suite or something like that. You know, I don't know if he's gonna be able to be sitting on the floor behind the court like he normally is. I think he got to be in the suite, but you know, what I mean, I think that's cool. He served his he did the crime. He served his time. Let him go out there and watch his son. Let him go out there and watch his son on the floor, man. And because I would be sick if I couldn't go out there and watch my son in the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? Over some shit I did 2 series ago. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's cool. They let the man back in the building, though, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you, though, man?
So, got my business up and running. I'm chilling.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know
that's
what I mean?
right. That's right.
Yeah.
How that shit coming? How that shit coming along? It's going. It's good.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy with you know. I got about 7 kids coming, 8 kids coming.
Yeah,
got 9 to 10 signed up and all that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Just from the beginning, just at least to get that amount of kids already.
Hell yeah.
It's a big movement. Ellen was a big part of it too, because she came to the club and she kind of was getting people to sign up and talking to people and all that. So I need to do another pop-up shop, to get some more kids.
You need to keep on doing them. Whatever you shout to Ellen, you got a woman that supports you. You know what I mean? Shout to Ellen. Mm-hmm. Every man need a woman that support him. You know what I mean? So shout to Ellen for doing your thing, girl. EB, what's up?
Yeah, man. So I'm super happy for that, man. Just gonna grow that and help the community out there, but then also grow it as much as I can, so I can, you know what I mean, also get what I'm worth as well. Can't be just doing things and doing it for a certain. But I gotta also get because of what I do, it works, and it's
yeah. You gotta get paid to do what you do. Everybody get paid. All trainers and coaches in the world, they getting paid. They ain't out here just unless we talking, some little league, pee-wee soccer, pee-wee football. But if this is elite training, you know what I mean, and they getting what they supposed to get, niggas deserve to be compensated. You feel me? And everybody's doing that. So it ain't no. It's not a knock. It's not a knock at all, because all the kids is learning and progressing. If you was a not shit coach or trainer, then we'd be having a different discussion. But since that ain't the case, you know what I mean? Niggas deserve to get compensated. But listen, you got to start somewhere, though. You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? What's crazy is this. Twan, he coached Little League football. He want to do that too, though. One day he want to open up a facility and things like that. And I was just telling little bro, I said, bro, look, that's cool and all. That's cool. You should. But in the beginning, you know what I mean? You're not gonna get paid. Nor should you look to get paid from day one. I say go through a off season of training. You know what I mean? If he's able to, I see off season of training, whether it's inside somewhere or outside somewhere. When you see the kids progressing, that next year, now it's time to start, putting some ducats out there, you know what I mean? Get some money, whatever the case may be. You ain't got to hit them over the head. You can work with the shit's high. Shit's is high. I don't know how it is in Australia. I don't know what the money and taxes like, and shit like that in Australia. But over here, you know what I mean? In the U.S., nigga, that shit, everything is high. That inflation shit, you know what I mean? You can't get a pack of chicken $20. Pack of chicken $20, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I said, Leah, bro, your first year, I just go out there and do it. Have your kids that you coach go through that with you. When the parents and shit, when they see the progression, they're not gonna mind the pay. I did it. Me and my guy, Coach Matt, football, did it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the kids progressing, they don't have a problem paying because they know the kids are getting better. So Jordan, that same thing with you. When they see the kids getting better, they're not going to trip on, you know what I mean, what you charging them. And like I said, it ain't going to hit them over the head. You ain't trying to come out here and get rich off, you know what I mean, the parents, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. No, meaning what I'm saying is had this high price shit. You know what I mean? And, parents can't afford it because then their kids ain't going to come. So whatever you charge, everything's negotiable as long as your kid getting better because that's what it's about in the long run anyway. 100%. So for the viewers right now, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Tap that bell, man, so y'all can be up to date with all things under the lights. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to go ahead and get into it. Man, hold on. Did you see, I sent it in the chat. Nike is building a gym, you can have a gym membership for Nike. They build like a gym you can go work out at and shit, starting at $249 a month. What are we doing? That's strictly for rich motherfuckers, man. That's strictly for in 4 months you didn't pay $1,000, so you about to pay $3 a year for a membership, my nigga. Let me tell you something. I will work out as long as you. My uncle be like, listen. As long as you got a ground outside, as long as there's ground, you can work out. If you ain't got no dumbbells or bench press, nigga, hit the push-ups. If you ain't got no weights, hit them air squats. You know what I'm saying? Hit them sit-ups. Go out there and run. And your whole body from head to toe can be in shape as long as you got a ground outside. $249 a month. There ain't gonna be nothing but celebrities in that bitch, man. Now that's some, and obviously we know Nike don't need to get rich. They already the most, we already know this. But I'm just saying, like, I just want to get some more money. $249, dog.
Hey, there better be a fucking massage and a motherfucking happy ending after.
Yo, that shit better be beneficial. I'm talking motherfucking hot tub. Everything in there got to be free. I better be able to go in there and get some water. I better be able to go get a protein shake. I better go get a sandwich if I need to. You know what I'm saying? If I'm hungry, I need to be able to go get something to eat in that bitch for $249 a month. You understand me? But anyway, man, let's go ahead and get into this basketball, man. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to ask you about the NFL schedule and the Ravens and shit too, you know what I mean? But we can wait for that. You feel me? So we seen OKC last night go ahead and take that commanding 3-1 lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves in a 128-126 win last night in Minnesota. You know what I mean? I told you before, I didn't think they was going to win 2 games in Minnesota. You know what I mean? Talking about the Wolves was not going to win 2 games at home because OKC is too good. But if you don't mind, man, go ahead and give me your thoughts on last night's game. You can take it or I can take it.
No, you can take it.
Listen, it ain't even it's not even, a whole lot for me to say because, like I said, I said this. I said what they was going to do. They was going to win one of them games, in Minnesota. When OKC got their ass whooped in game 3, everybody was, oh my God, and my guys and everything. Oh shit, man, they can win this. I said, no, they can't. No, they cannot. Minnesota was just on fire. They was missing nothing. They were hitting every single thing they put up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they had a magnet on the ball that was made for the rim and the nets. You feel what I'm saying? And OKC, they just couldn't hit nothing. You feel what I'm saying? They couldn't hit nothing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that man had an MVP performance. 40, 10, and 9. 40, 10, and 9. J-Dub, young J-Dub, little bro, Jalen Williams. He was knocking down shots all game. Chet Holmgren doing what they do, and doing what they do, man, just doing what they do to go out there and get the job done. Was it a blowout? No. Was it a close game? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that's competitive basketball. I feel like, the OKC is the much better team. And like I said, Minnesota was just on the heater in game 3, dog. You look at, Niggas need to look at Lou Dort as being one of the best defenders in the league. You know, he made first team all defense. They did a damn good job on Anthony Edwards. That nigga had 16 points. And I seen his interview say he didn't take enough shots, you know, or whatever. I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. You gotta do that. You ain't taking enough shots, nigga, that's on you. Whatever the case may be. Drew Randall, 1 of 7 for 5 points. They did absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? The bench of the Minnesota Timberwolves outplayed the starters. They better be lucky that Nickeil Alexander-Walker went out there and went off, because he went off. You feel what I'm saying? That's what kept him in the game. That ain't what he do. That ain't what he normally do, out there getting money like that. Dante DiVincenzo out there getting money for them. You know what I'm saying? The starters did not play well. You know what I mean? It looked like, you know, they just didn't want to go out there and win the fucking game. Anthony Edwards, he was attacking a little bit. He attacked a little bit, a few times, but it wasn't enough to put his imprint on the game. Julius Randle, all that shit, you know, all that shit he was doing in the previous series, they ain't doing that shit right now. He ain't doing that shit because there's better defenders out there, like against the Lakers. Ain't had no big man, no long big man out there to go out there and stop that guy and put, you know, and put belt to ass. You know what I mean? You got Chet, you got Hartenstein out there. And listen, Caruso has taken on that challenge, and I know his confidence is sky high, especially after he had a great series defending Jokic, you know what I mean, for those few games, you know what I mean, in the last series. If he could do that and make it hard on Jokic, I know damn well he know that he can make it very, very tough on Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, 40 for Shea, 34 for Jalen Williams. We always talk about him being little bro. He ain't on Shea level yet. Well, this is the time that you play to put yourself, you know, ascending towards that level in the Western Conference. This ain't the first round. This ain't the second round. Nigga, this is to take a commanding lead on the road and go to the finals. And he was hitting shot after shot, 6 of 9 from 3. Chet Holmgren playing defense, just hitting open shots. And Chet Holmgren, he's not, if you look like in this series or in this playoffs, I feel like, you know, just from watching, he was kind of hesitant to take shots. Last night, and in the series, dog, he ain't hesitant. He pulling that motherfucker. And remember I said before, Chet got that, he's small, skinny frame, but he got that attitude like, nigga, I'm big, nigga. I'm big. And I'm going to come at you. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm strong. I'm big. That's the attitude that he got. You know what I mean? He taking it to you, pump fake, drive, get into the rim. That's what he do, man. So if anything, let's just give a bunch of credit, you know what I mean, to the OKC Thunder for going out there handling business. And listen, 128 to 126 is not a blowout, but that shit came down to free throws as well. You know, I know Shea missed one and they kind of got back in the game. McDaniels hit a 3 in the corner, all of that shit. But all in all, they went out there and got the job done. And I'm just looking, bro, like, man, Julius Randle, 5 points. Mike Conley, 6 points. Anthony Edwards, 5 of 13, 1 of 7 from 3. He put himself in that realm of great shooter, because why? He made the most threes this game. They talk about how he was a prolific this season. How he was a prolific 3-point shooter this season. Well, you're gonna have to be prolific, my nigga, in these times, because this was game 4 at your crib, and to try to avoid going down 3-1. And he shit the bed. He wet the bed. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it wasn't for Nickeil Alexander-Walker going off, Dante DiVincenzo going off, they get blown out by 30. If this was a regular Nickeil Alexander-Walker game, you know what I'm saying, which is not 23 points and it's not 5 of 8 from 3, they're getting blown the fuck out. So they should be thanking them for it not being a massacre last night. So shout out to the OKC Thunder taking that 3-1 lead, and they go into the finals. Like I said OKC in 5. You know I said that, and I'm sticking with that. They're going to close it out next game in OKC.
Yeah, man. Hey, that was an exciting game, though. It was a really exciting game, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Minnesota, they led in a lot of categories.
Yep.
A lot of categories in that game. But a category that they definitely did not, which I think was a turnover battle.
Oh my God, over 22 turnovers or some shit like that.
Yeah, and that's just a testament to the OKC defense and who they can throw at. You know, they was throwing at different bodies at Anthony Edwards, making it difficult for him. 5 turnovers. Yeah, Julius Randle, 4 turnovers. And to be honest, what you said was right, man. Like DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, them boys them boys definitely kept them in the game, which okay, that's
Yeah.
DiVincenzo, that's what he can do, and
Mhm.
that's a role player what you have to do. But let's be honest, you're gonna need Julius Randle, you're gonna need an Anthony Edwards to at least close out these games and at least be somewhat like 13 shots, 7 shots. It's not good enough, man.
No.
You know what I mean? Like if you about to be a winning team, a championship team, your big guys, especially in these type of games, they got to be a bit more aggressive. You know
Yeah.
what I
A
mean?
lot more.
And yeah, you have to be. Let's be honest. Like you have people, and this is where we do tend to put players in certain rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle was turning heads with his playoff performances.
Yep.
From previous years. But this is when this is when your money. This is where it's money, right? Like we don't get me wrong, they've had good playoffs this far, right?
Yeah.
But this is a different animal right here, right? Like
Mm.
OKC is the best team in the league, and they've been showing that throughout the season. They had one of the best defenses in the league,
Mhm.
and now you have teams with a little bit of height, with guys that have the same athleticism as you. You feel what I'm saying? So now we've seen a bit of, when teams are throwing different coverages at you, like how
Yeah.
they do with Anthony Edwards, how they're doing with Julius Randle. You see what kind of player you are, right? Like this is why people was talking about, oh, Anthony Edwards, why are you shooting so many threes?
Mhm.
Can you get to the basket? Can you influence the game in a different way? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't try and tell me that, oh, just because they may be, blitzing you or they're double teaming you in certain ways, and that's why Alexander Walker and DiVincenzo are getting wide open looks and making them. And maybe that's maybe part of the game plan. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
but if there's moments in the game when I see you attacking the basket at will, then I'm kind of like, then why are you allowing this? Not why are you like kind of being a bit more passive throughout the game, instead of,
Mhm.
what I'm saying, being just a bit more aggressive, putting the team in foul trouble. You see SGA, he puts team in, yeah, he gets to the rim. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? He knows how to draw a foul.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like Anthony Edwards, I don't think, I think that part of his game can probably be a bit better, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, man, shout out to OKC Thunder, man. They really put, bro. You know what I'm saying? They just watching. It just seemed that every time Minnesota got to striking distance, they hit a shot. J
Mhm.
Dub, they hit a shot. Chet, they hit a shot. SGA, or he got fouled. You know what I mean? Like it's just every time, man, every single time. And who else I want to shout out? We definitely got to shout out, Chet, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember we was on him a few. Remember when I had Chet over Wemby a long time ago?
Mhm.
But I think this was he got hurt, his first year, and then now I think
Mhm.
he's really coming into his own. You know what I mean?
Yep.
With this team, um, he provides some he provides rim protection. He stretches the floor. You know what I mean? And he is a feisty player. You feel what
Yep.
I'm saying? And I think that with his abilities, I think that's what makes OKC special. You know what I mean? Even more because
Mhm.
having a 7 foot big man that can stretch the floor, that can handle the rock, that can uh mend the paint at times. Not saying he's big, but he's big in terms of length,
Right.
which causes problems. It's not like Anthony Edwards can come in there and just jam on anyone now or do whatever. Like he gets his hands up, goes vertical,
Yep.
makes it difficult for players. I think that's a big thing for them. You know what I mean? Lou Dort, even though he's not shooting as much, bro, he
Mhm.
defends the hell out of the basketball, man.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
then you got
sir.
Caruso coming in there and defending the hell out of that basketball. And then don't
Mhm.
forget about this player too. One of my Kentucky boys, Casey Wallace,
Mhm.
brother. He gets it on the
Mhm.
defensive end as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's three dudes going at Anthony Edwards. That's gonna making it real difficult for him. And then don't get it twisted. SGA, he can defend a little bit. Jalen Williams, he can defend. You
Yep.
feel what I'm saying? So man, this is just a great win for them, man. I feel like this is just is coming into their own, this team. And yeah, man, it's gonna be difficult for Minnesota to get over the hump, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards have to do better for them to win. They have to do better. They have
Yeah.
to do better.
And this the thing when you talk about Anthony Edwards, though, it's like, bro, first of all, when he got the ball in his hands, obviously we know he's a scorer. I don't think he's
Mhm.
looking to facilitate When he got the ball in his hands, he's searching for that lane because he got speed. He got, not only does he have speed, he has, you can have straight line speed. But it's the difference when you got straight line speed and you got agility to go left and right, lateral. You know what I mean? And still keep your speed. It's like running full speed and being able to juke without slowing down. And when he got the ball in his hands, that's what he's able to do. So it's like a lot of times you just searching for that lane, and sometimes he get in there, sometimes he do, but a lot of times he don't because they know that's what you want to do. Why the fuck do they just keep doing the same thing? It's like whether coaching or just a player, it's like, yo, why I move off the ball, bro. Do that pretty much often. That's how you're going to get a little more open, my nigga, versus dribbling the ball, you know what I'm saying, and then trying to find the lane and using your speed to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something different, bro. I'm not about to, if I'm playing Anthony Edwards, I'm going to get the ball out of your hands too. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make you change your game. If you ain't going to change your game, then this is what's going to happen. And I know it was a close game, but still, you're down 3-1. 3-1. Everybody talking about that blowout. That's cool. More power to the blowout. You're down 3-1. Let's see if you can get 3 more wins. You're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he needs to, you know, like he said it himself, move over without the ball. He needs to. He needs to. But at the end of the day, OKC is just a better team. You know what I mean? And listen, I was talking to my brother-in-law, what was this? Sunday. He was at a barbecue Sunday. And he was like, he don't think they're going to be able to keep OKC together and pay everybody. Because, you know, Shea, he's going to get paid, and they're going to pay him very well. It could be, it's like over 70 million, 76 million that he could possibly get. You got Chet. This is his third year. You know what I mean? And you got Jalen Williams. Is like, do you think they're able to keep the team together? We don't know what their money is like, but that's going to be a lot of money to shell out. You know what I'm saying? Do you think they're going to, just off the top of your dome, you think they're able to do that, or they're going to have to let go of some pieces?
No, I think they can keep that 3.
Yeah.
They'll be able to keep that 3. I mean, you probably get off Hartenstein money, and keep that 3. I don't think Chet's probably going to be the one that's probably going to get less money, than J-Dub, and obviously they're all going to get less money than SGA. But yeah, I think they can keep it together because remember they paid Caruso and they paid Hartenstein, so they're gonna have to obviously get off of a couple of those, maybe, and then basically go with those 3 and then go find other free agents for less money.
Yeah,
so I think definitely they can keep it. 100% they can keep it.
And I said the same thing. I think they can keep them together, dog. Like, cause like I said, those guys are already paid, and Chet is not out here, but he's not about to get 200 million. He's not getting that. J Will, he's not getting J-Dub, he's not getting 200 million. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna get that. You feel? And if he do, more power to him. I'm just saying, I don't think they're gonna shell out that for both of those guys. I think both of those guys, first of all, they're young and they got a brotherhood. And I think they love where they are. They love the teammates they got around them. And I think those 2 guys specifically will be willing to say, shit, I want to stay here. What we got to do to stay here? Take less? How much less? Let's make it happen. And I just think that's what they'll do so they can stay in OKC. I don't think Jalen Williams, I don't think young J-Dub is like, if you can't pay me, I'm gone. I'm going to be my own man. I don't think that's him. I'm talking about his mindset. I think he a team player, and I think he want to stay in OKC with Shea, with Chet, and with Caruso and those guys with the team that they got. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that, man. But yeah, shout out to OKC. They doing their thing out here, dog. Yeah, they're definitely going. Obviously, they definitely going to the finals. They're not blowing on 3-1 lead. That's not going. Minnesota's not that good to do that. So no disrespect to them, but they're not that good to do that.
I mean, they're gonna need more from Julius Randle for sure. You know, Julius Randle has been having a great playoffs run so far.
Yeah,
but they're gonna need more from Julius Randle because it won't be. I mean, I know I'm not gonna be depending on Nickeil Alexander-Walker to go 5 for 8.
Yeah,
DiVincenzo to go 5 for 8 again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing that. Julius Randle has to give you more production. Like he has to.
See. Next game is going because they say the closeout game is the hardest game.
Yeah.
How they close out next game for OKC, that's gonna show their growth right there. That's gonna show part of their growth to go out here and just close them out and get them out the way. I ain't saying it got to be a blowout. You know what I mean? Even if it's another close game, still you're showing that even in close games you can still go out there and get the job done and win. You know what I mean? So next game, if they close them out, and depending on, you know what I mean, that's going to show the growth of OKC for sure, that they growing up right in front of our very eyes, dog. So look, being that, you know, Anthony Edwards is the star, he is the man on the team. He's the guy. He's the main guy. That's number one. Do you think Anthony Edwards' poor performance last night is the biggest reason that the Wolves lost game 4? Talk to me.
You know, if we put Anthony Edwards, right? If we put Anthony Edwards in that type of light, yeah. If we put Anthony Edwards on that type of light,
yeah,
he's averaging about 20. He's averaging almost 20, 25, 26 a game during these playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He is their second coming of Michael Jordan, right? He is their, you know, how he was getting that, you know, LeBron, how he was getting that, you know, the Warriors, and, you know, how he was, you know, pushing niggas and, you know, getting in niggas' faces and doing these threes and, you know, doing this and, you know, doing this and locking it down, you know, whatever it is when he's shooting the three and he
doing all
these things, and all that stuff. And the way that his energy was, right? I don't see that. And this is where you make your like your name. Don't worry, you make your name, you know, throughout the playoffs. But this is where you make your name properly.
Yes.
Right. When you get into these Western Conference Finals, when you get to the finals and you start putting on great performances, this is where people can put you in that light. And right now, with this OKC team that he's facing, he can't be going out there shooting 13 shots, getting 15 points, bro, and all this stuff. You need the aggressive Anthony Edwards, and that was not the case right now. And if it wasn't for those niggas that went 10 for 16 from 3, okay, then this would have been a blowout game. Because also someone who didn't come to play was Julius Randle. They shut that shit down. Anthony Edwards, and if you, what do they say? Heaviest thing wears the crown, right?
Heaviest the head that wears the crown.
If you that nigga, then you gonna get blamed for certain. God damn it! If these niggas score 13 points in the game, it's a fucking wrap, man. The top dogs. You talking if LeBron James or Steph Curry, if them niggas was getting 13 points in the game, they probably losing that game for sure. And people are gonna be on them. You because if you want to be that guy, then you're gonna get blamed for more. If you're gonna get the blame's gonna be the pie blame, you're gonna get most of it, and that comes with the territory. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, Steph Curry,
aggressive, man.
No, Steph Curry get a little pass though. They don't be on him like that, but it's all good though. Keep going.
No. I mean, he might if you talk about in terms of to LeBron James, but LeBron James is the second greatest player or the greatest player of all time.
Uno.
Whatever case may be.
Numero uno. Don't disrespect go.
Remember. I watch a lot of the Steph Curry stuff, so I do see a lot of stuff that he gets. Don't get me wrong, he definitely gets, but not as much as LeBron James. I'm just being.
They still bring up 2011 for LeBron. Why they don't bring up 2016 for Steph? Why they don't do that?
People bring up 2016 for Steph.
Listen, I don't know what you be seeing, but this is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying Steph Curry don't get absolutely zero. I'm just saying it's minimal. LeBron says it's breaking the internet. It's breaking it. So if they're gonna put Steph in a GOAT conversation and all of that shit, he should be getting fucking more. He should be getting more. I'm sorry. He don't get the fucking vitriol like LeBron James. He just doesn't. Kevin Durant don't either.
But that's Kevin Durant's not there. Kevin Durant's not up there with those guys.
Man, let's say something. For the people, the whole world, all the world was talking about, he better than LeBron now. When he went to go, when they won the back-to-back, he's better than LeBron. I'm like, well, okay, what? Okay, well, whatever, motherfucker. Yeah,
I don't know how they don't see that Kevin Durant is a big-time player, but Kevin Durant was getting wide-open three-point shots playing on the Golden State Warriors. Kevin Durant was getting wide-open dunks playing for the Warriors.
Listen,
I don't want to hear that.
Anytime, you know this, Jordan, anytime somebody get a chance to try to get at LeBron, they do it. Every time somebody's trying to say something to dethrone LeBron James. Oh, he's better. He's this. He ain't that. No. This is nothing new. That's all I'm saying, man. Keep going.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he. So if he's gonna be at that, if he's gonna be taking that crown, and people talking about, I see some people on things saying he's the best player in the league. If he's the best player in the league, then yeah.
No,
Trust me,
hell no.
I'm on the socials now.
Yeah.
Then this performance is he gets a 50% of the blame. He gets 50% of the blame. I don't care. 13 shots. It's not good enough. 5 turnovers is not good enough. You 1 for 7 from 3. Can we do something different in the game to influence the game and do something? Could we at least? You know what I mean? The next part of it is Julius Randle too. He gets it too. Like he can't just 5 points is not good enough.
Yeah.
5 points not good enough.
That ain't good.
Hell yeah, that's a big part of the reason why they lost the game. 100%, bro. 100%.
Now, so for me, is it the biggest reason? And 50% says yes, it is. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something. It's the biggest reason because he is the star of the team. He is the guy on that team. To whom much is given, much is required. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And he's wearing a crown in Minnesota. You know what I mean? When they first round, he taking a lap around and Lakers taking a lap and walking around and shit like that. And then, you go out, you beat the Warriors, you percolating and shit. You know what I mean? All right, cool. Well, what you doing now? Against a team that's actually better than yours. See, when Steph goes out, they might not be a better team, you know what I mean, than the Wolves. And the Wolves were a better team than the Lakers. Remember I said when they traded AD, I knew what was going to happen. I didn't like it because of the look. All at the rim. Julius Randle looking like he motherfucking if Julius Randle's future came down to the Lakers series, Wolves Lakers, he'd have got $300 million. He'd have got a $300 million contract because that's what they would have thought that he was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But look, that for Anthony Edwards playing terrible, yes. Julius Randle playing terrible, yes. And them turnovers. And keep in mind, look, even they had all of them turnovers, bro. Let me see exactly how many turnovers they had as a team. I know it was over 22 turnovers. Here it is. Let's see. So they had 21 turnovers as a team. 20 turnovers as a team. Even with all of those turnovers, bro, the game was still close. It was still close. And I'm talking throughout the game, too. You know what I'm saying? If they would have showed up to work and clocked in, they could have won this game. But they didn't clock in. They just showed up to work, looked around and shit and said, oh, shit, I'm going to come back tomorrow. That's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah, that's the Anthony Edwards is the biggest reason because he's the main guy on the team. Julius Randle's next, and then them as a team with the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do you want DiVincenzo coming off the bench and Nickeil Alexander-Walker coming off the bench to do? I can't remember the last time Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 23 points. I can't remember. Maybe it was, I don't know. I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? So you goddamn right. It's the poor performance was the biggest reason. Keep the same energy, nigga. Keep the same energy. Don't be the guy, you know what I mean, to beat up on the teams you better than. But when you get to a team that's comparable or better than yours, you just shit. You piss the bed. Don't do that. I need you to keep the same energy. That's how you build your name. You feel me? When guys go off and they beat a team that's better than theirs, that's how you build your name. And I ain't telling you, even if they would have lost last night, but you came to play, then somebody could say, shit, that nigga balled the fuck out. They just lost to a better team. If Julius Randle balled out, but they lost, they could say, them niggas balled out, bro. OKC got 68 wins and shit. They got a better complete team. Niggas can say that. But we can't say that right now with you giving fucking 15, 16 points and 5 points. 13 shots, so 20 shots between two of y'all. 20. Ant-Man should be taking a minimum of 20 shots himself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And doing something different to try to get open and try to do something different versus trying to control the ball, trying to find lanes and shit. So, yes, most of this blame, it most definitely has to go on Anthony Ant-Man Edwards. So, whoever don't like it, slap yourself. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So, man, let's move on, man, to the game tonight. We got the Indiana Pacers versus the New York Knicks in this joint. You know what I mean? Pacers look to go up 3-1 versus the Knicks tonight. After watching last game, or this series in its totality, what do you think the Knicks need to do to avoid this, like going down 3-1? Want me to go?
Yeah, you can go, man.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna bring it up to coach again because from the beginning of these playoff series, I talked about Tom Thibodeau. What are you? I mean, beginning of the playoffs starting, first round, second round, first round as well. What are you going to do different? Well, last game he put his bench in the game. He went 9 deep. He don't do that. Have we not been talking about that? He don't do that. You got Landry Shamet on the bench who can defend and who can shoot the 3 ball. DeLon Wright, I'm not saying he's a big-time contributor, but he can go out there and play some cool defense, bring the ball to the floor, make the pass here, this, that, and the third. He going to hustle. That's what he going to do. You know what I mean? He's going to have to play his bench, okay? I would have put P.J. Tucker in the game as well. What you're going to get from P.J. Tucker is hard work and hard minutes. On the on-ball defender, he's going to be getting over screens. It ain't like he's going to be out there for 25 to 30 minutes. He ain't been playing. So when he does get his opportunity, he's going to go out there and he don't know how to play no way else but to go out there and play defense and then shoot the corner 3. Why not explore that? Why not continue to explore that? They need to do that. Karl-Anthony Towns, he has to continue to do what he does. From the beginning of this Eastern Conference Final Series on this show, Jordan, I said this series, and you back me up. I said this needs to be a Karl-Anthony Towns series. Did I not say that? Because Jalen Brunson with Nesmith, first of all, Nesmith is a tough on-ball defender. I don't remember in this series a time that he did not get through the screen. I don't remember a time. Maybe once, maybe twice. Other than that, because Karl-Anthony Towns is setting solid screens. But when you watch Nesmith, he letting anybody, if it's a young basketball player watching these games that's in high school or even college, overseas, whatever, and you getting screened and you ain't getting through it, you should be watching this series because Aaron Nesmith will show you how to do it. Okay? He will show you how to do that. And so will Nembhard, your Canadian brethren, Aaron Nembhard. Bro, those dudes are great on-ball defenders, and they physical at that. Jalen Brunson he has trouble with those guys. Only time he's really going at them, like I ain't saying he's going to go at him. I'm saying like having really much success, regular success is when TJ McConnell is out there. He ain't getting the whistle like that. They getting handsy, but he ain't getting that whistle like that. And yeah, he may score a bunch of points, but they down 2-1. You know what I'm saying? And they got their ass whooped twice at home. So I think this needs to continue to be a Karl-Anthony Towns series. Play your bench. And if they getting money when Jalen Brunson is on the bench, it's okay. It's okay. The moral is to win the game. Win the game. Period. I brought up 2015 when the Pacers was playing the Cavaliers and they was down 26. I brought that up. And LeBron and the entire bench was out there. Kyrie, Kevin Love, and J.R. Smith was on the bench. But guess what? They came back and won the game being down 26 with the bench out there and LeBron. So if Cat is out there and Jalen Brunson not, and Cat could do what he do because he has the mismatch, that's okay. It's okay. Cat has the mismatch in Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a 10-man. He's skinny as fuck. He cannot stop Cat from getting to the rim. He has to continue to put pressure on Miles Turner. He has to. And then other shit will open up. Cat can pass the ball, hit the open man. You know what I'm saying? You got Mikal Bridges. He be coming alive in the third and fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? You got Deuce McBride. He come out there and do what he do a little bit. They go on runs and all of that shit. So I think they need to continue. Last game's approach. And if they want to start Mitchell Robinson, that's fine. Josh Hart came in and still did well. Key rebounds, offensively and defensively, getting extra possessions. This is a guard we talking about. But this is what he does. He crashes the board. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to keep doing what they're doing. Play your bench. And listen, stop running it through Jalen Brunson the whole time. I know that's their only real deal ball handler. You know what I'm saying? You got a 7-footer out there too as well. Get him involved. That might get Jalen Brunson open. It might get him open. You can come off a brush screen and get open. And listen, you ain't got to come off a brush screen and shoot a 3. That's coming off a brush screen, getting the ball, and then attacking the rim because you're already in motion moving downhill. You know what I'm saying? So all of that coming up the court and you trying to back them down and waiting for the screen and shit, fuck that. That's not getting it. That's not getting it done. So I think they need to have the same approach, be physical, be aggressive, play their bench, and they can go out there and win tonight's game. But if not, they're going to get their ass whooped. Or whether they're whooped or just beat, they're going to lose the game. So Tom Thibodeau, he's a guy that like to stick to his guns. I'm going to stick to my guns. Just like when they was against the Celtics and they was up 40, 35, 37 points. Joe Mazzulla had the Celtics on the bench, the starters. They was on the bench. Tom Thibodeau had the starters still out there playing. You sticking to your guns. What are you doing? What are you doing? So just be smart. Play your bench. Get everybody active. Get everybody involved. And they can go out there and get a dub tonight. But if not, they're going home 3-1. 3-1. Down 3-1.
I mean, you said pretty much a lot, everything really. I mean, Coach Thibodeau's got to change the way he approaches things, which he did last game, which was important for them. You know what I mean? You need a rest, especially with Indiana Pacers. They run, bro, and they play like 9-10 deep. So
yes,
you know what I mean. They have guys that are on the ball. They have players that come in the game to impact the game defensively and offensively. So it's important for him to at least have fresher legs out there. You know what I mean? You can't be playing guys 46, 47 minutes, 45 minutes, man. With this Pacers team is up and down, and they play a lot of their players, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be
they full court pressing.
They pressing full court pressing.
They ain't playing. Rick Carlisle ain't playing that shit.
Yeah, it's a situation where I think Karl-Anthony Towns can be a bit more involved in the game, and I don't know if that's due to just him and the way that he approaches the game. You know what I mean? Because there is moments where, people tend to talk about him taking outside shots, and like I'm on the chat sometimes, and Mel be, getting mad at him when he does certain things, and it's like, I don't know. You have a versatile big man, and he can do multiple things, so you allow him to do multiple things. That's what got him to where he is today. So I feel that they need to just let him be him more often. But also, I think Mikal Bridges needs to get more involved in the action. You know what I mean? I think Mikal Bridges has been he can get to his spots.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And which was important for that. I think he can get to his spot. So I think he's very important in that as well. And their offense, I feel like their offense gets a bit stagnant. I don't like it. You know what I mean? And so if they have different actions and different people getting involved in actions, I think that's probably what they're gonna need. And they need to not go down 20-something points.
Yeah.
They need to not get down to a lead, especially this time around, because if they get down to a lead this time around, this ain't Boston now. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You can't keep, if you're playing heavy minutes, and you're going down 20 points, it takes a lot of energy to get back into the game. And are they going to continue to do that and win this basketball game? That's going to be a big component, right? Yeah, but I think what's his name made some good adjustments from the previous game, played more players, changed up the lineup. I think something that he was hesitant to do, and now he's done it. So that's a big change, and maybe that can be something that can change the fortunes for the Knicks. I think they can they need to slow down Halliburton and his penetration. I don't know what they can do with that, but I think that's something that they definitely need to do. They need to slow down Halliburton, his penetration, the way that he gets into the lane.
Bro, what they need to do, nigga, is Tom Thibodeau needs to listen. All I know is the Pacers getting through screens. That's all I know. Because what they doing is seeking out Karl-Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Nesmith and Nembhard, they're getting through screens. Guess what? Jalen Brunson, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that one. I'm here. Same Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby need to be doing the same shit. Period. This is every game that they play now is the game of their life. You don't want to go back down 3-0, 3-1 to New York. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns, I don't mean to cut you off. Sorry. Stop. I know he can shoot the three, but motherfucker, why you shooting 40-footers and 35-footers? No, nigga, that ain't your range. Scoot the fuck up. Scoot up or get in position to do that or get your big ass down in the paint. When he's on the 3-point line, he got the ball to the top of the key. When Jalen Brunson was on the bench, he attacking the rim. I like that. I like that. I just don't like the flopping. Go up strong. Go up strong. Miles Turner too small. Too small. You know what I'm saying?
Miles Turner 6'11", 7 foot, man.
I'm talking about his frame. I know he's long. I know that. His frame. Use your body on that little dude, man. Get to the rim and stop doing this flopping shit. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I don't like. I don't see. There's no way I have if I had Carl Anthony Towns on my team. Plus, I wouldn't want him playing with my team because you know how I feel. You just be too soft sometimes. I don't like that shit. I like aggressive niggas. You feel what I'm saying? But why not utilize the pick and roll? Why not? Get Miles Turner involved in that. Get him moving. Get him in action. Like, where's that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not. I just don't think. That's why I bet on it. I bet on this series for the Pacers to win. You know I ain't no Pacers fan, but I bet on them to win because of Tom Thibodeau don't be doing shit different, bro. It wasn't the fact that I just think the Pacers is just way. I mean, the Pacers is just way better than it. Ain't that? It's Tom Thibodeau, dude. That's what gave me confidence to bet on this series with the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because he don't be doing shit different. He just let shit go. It's like you know how they say, once you get older, you stuck in your ways and shit. Well, he been coaching so long, my nigga. He just stuck in his ways, bro. He just let shit be, man. He just do that Doc Rivers shit, stand on the sideline. Come on. Do something different. You know? So, I don't know, man. I don't know, dog.
I mean, I think with Towns, if the flopping, Jalen Brunson does that shit too. It's like,
yeah,
they all be doing it, but I don't really agree with he can shoot the shots. It's just when he shoots the shots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he is such a great shooter. So I wouldn't be like, yo, don't shoot them 35 footer. I would say,
no,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's too far. Unless your name is, no, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's too damn far, bro. And and you say it's the timing as well. You got a chance to make the game a little close. You got a chance to make the game a little closer and shit, or take a lead, and you pulling that nigga, bro.
It's the timing for me. It's the timing for me more than anything, because I want him to continuously do, because he's such a versatile scorer. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you can probably do that once a game, or if you're hot, whatever. But I don't mind him taking the 18, 20 footers and something, stuff like this. And I think, I don't know if it's not much of you, but I know for sure it's a lot of, because Mel's a Knicks fan, and the way that he gets at Karl Anthony Towns is if he's having a bad series, he ain't having a bad series. Let's be very clear.
Right.
He ain't having a bad series. And
no,
he's so versatile that you want him to do all those things. But let's be very clear. Jalen Brunson is a guy for this team. So you getting that what's his name a bit more than you are getting that Jalen Brunson. And
talking about
that's
me?
The next up. No, Mel and
yeah.
Knicks people. They that's we go on to the next subject that I got a couple things to say about Brunson.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
that's
the segue into the next segment, though. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it. So you said you get a Mel is getting that cat more than Jalen Brunson because he's the guy. But remember, I said, bro, this is a Karl Anthony Towns series, man. That's what it is. That's what for this series. That's what it is. And maybe that's what Mel is. Maybe I haven't sat and talked about the game with Mel. I told him he can come on here. I sent him the link and shit, but he ain't, I don't know if he got it or whatever, you know what I mean? But yo, this is the Karl Anthony Towns series, bro. This is not a Jalen Brunson series. Aaron Nesmith and them is making it hard on that boy, man. Hard on him, especially Nesmith, dog. He's a better defender than Nembhard. And Nembhard is physical, but Nesmith is more physical. You know what I'm saying? But since you said that, is Jalen Brunson a liability when he's on the floor? Is he a liability?
He's a liability in some senses. He's not a great defender. You know what I mean? It's like, that's just what it is. He's just not a great defender. And usually if he's probably the worst defender on his team, I would say. I mean, everybody has a worse defender.
Yep.
But it's not so much about, because I don't want to say he's having like a bad series. I don't think he's having like a.
No, it's just not. It's
I
not.
don't think he's having a bad series. You know what I mean?
But you see the struggles. You know what I mean, and it's hindering the team a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Keep going though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And my thing with, it's just the way that they do the ISO and they take time and he's on the ball for like damn near 15 seconds every
Yeah,
time, and
yeah.
they're allowing the defense to set up and go into their boxes and elbows. It becomes a bit easier to defend.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And that's why it showed. It showed when he was off the floor, man. It showed
Yeah.
when he was off the floor and how the team gets more players are involved, more players are there's not much standing around like it is with Jalen Brunson. And I'm not just trying to say just because they won. So they won. So
Right.
it's not just about, oh, they lose it. They won that game.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But it just shows that sometimes all this one-on-one basketball, seeking the thing, holding the ball forever and ever and ever. And remember, he's only like what, 6 foot
6'1", 6'2", something like that.
and damn near. We don't even know if he's 6'1", maybe yeah, 6'1". It's like eventually that's going to weigh up on you. It's going to get harder to score in those moments. And I mean, know he's a clutch player of the year, so
Yeah.
he gets money. Don't get me
Yep.
wrong, but
Yep.
throughout the course of a series, and when you know what's going to be happening, and you're going to set up in those boxes and elbows, bro, it's going to be a bit easier to contain him, and that's an issue. And then on top of that, he ain't a great defender either. You know what I'm
No.
saying? And then he'd be forcing shit, and then he'd be doing this fucking pump fake shit, and then doing all the foul stuff that they get at SGA about, but they don't want to talk about him. And it's I think it's a better offense sometimes with him off the floor, bro. And I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
And you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's just me, man. And that's just me. You know what I mean? And I like Jalen. I don't like Jalen Brunson. He ain't like my favorite player, nothing like that.
Yeah.
He had a great season so far, but bruh, the holding on to the ball thing, like what Luka does. But Luka gets other players involved though.
Right.
Like Luka will hold it and get he getting you 15 assists, goddamn it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? With his 35, whatever. But Jalen Brunson, it's a bit different. He'll get off of it because he can't get it.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying.
No, I'm with you. I'm with
You know
you.
what I mean? So I'm not with it, bro. I'm not, I think that he's a liability at times. And you've seen when he was off the floor that they was a better team. And that's pretty much why they won for me, that's why they won the basketball game damn near.
Yeah.
Because it was that moment when he was off the floor and they started getting it.
Yeah. And listen, bro, you're not lying. Understand that last game he was 6 of 18 for 23 points, dog. You see, that's not hitting on nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, this is the Carl Anthony Towns series, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know he can score, but like you said, defensively, he's a liability. Bro, been in foul trouble this whole series. The whole series. 5 fouls and shit. 4 and 5 fouls. 1 foul away from getting fouled out. Extended minutes on the bench because of foul trouble. That means you're a liability on that part. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you want to look at just the last game, yeah, they won. They was playing. Well, this series they played better without him, especially game 2 and 3, especially because in game I think it was game 2 when they went on that 10-12-0 run when he was on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Was that when Tyrese Halliburton hit that game winner? Was that game 2 or that game time shot? Game 2. Either way, you know what I'm saying? He's a liability on defense, bro. They're treating him like Luka. They either want Anthony Towns or they'll take Jalen Brunson, and they treating him like that. He's swiped because his defense is just not there. He's never been a great defender. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's a liability defensively. We know he can score, but when they won the game, like you said, it wasn't because of him. Karl Anthony Towns just went bananas in the fourth. He dropped 20 in the fourth, and you can't depend on that every game for him to do that 20 points in the fourth. Like being down 20 points and shit, it looked good. It looked good. Oh shit! Oh my god! Come on, you're not about to do that every motherfucking game. So it's not too far fetched to say that Jalen Brunson is a liability when he's on the floor That's not saying he's not a baller. That's not saying he can't get no buckets. That's saying defensively, nigga, they pick on you and you kind of damn near like a fucking cone. And when you get in foul trouble, nigga, then you don't want to fucking foul and you give niggas the weight of the rim and it's wide open. They get because you got to back up because you don't want to get your fourth foul. You don't want to get your fifth foul and shit like that. So, bro, I mean, yeah, he's a liability. He is. And that's just what it is. And like I said, if they doing better with him on the bench, that's why I said it's okay. Styles make fights. All right. If they were to get to the finals, dog, understand OKC does have good defense. But do they have
perimeter too?
Perimeter too. But understand this: as good as Lou Dortz is, right? Do they have two Lou Dortz?
Because they got Caruso.
And you're right about that. And you're right. So you're right about that. And you're right about that. You know what I mean? So listen, this gonna be tough, but you're right. I forgot about just that fast Caruso. I mentioned the motherfucker in the first when we talked about him, but god damn it. Hey, bro, it is what it is. If they get to the finals, next series might have to be a Karl Anthony Towns series. Because say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to seek out Jalen Brunson. Shai 6'6". Shai 6'6". He will post his little ass up, pump fake this nigga jab, hit him with the body, and it's wide open look. And you're gonna be coming down on the arm and shit. And you know what they call him a free throw merchant. You know what I'm saying? Shai said he know they do that. He don't give a fuck. I wouldn't care either if I'm getting a whistle. I wouldn't give a fuck either. You gonna give me the call? I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? You know, I said I don't like that shit. Even when Joel Embiid, I hate it. But you gonna give us the whistle, whatever. You know what I mean? But he gonna take advantage of that. That's what he gonna do. And he gonna pick Cat, I want you, or Jalen Brunson, I want you. I think he had seek out Jalen Brunson before anybody because he's much shorter. Because of that, and that's your real natural ball handler. And you know, Hartenstein and Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren, they can handle Cat. They can handle Cat. You know what I mean? As a team,
they got perimeter because you could even because Karl Anthony Towns is like he's like sometime-ish. You know, if they go to a small, and remember when J Dub was playing at the 5, it's gonna be looking ugly for them, boy. Yeah.
Because
it's gonna be tough for Cat to get up on that perimeter now.
Yeah, so listen, he might be a liability if they get to the finals. He can be a liability next series too. This is also where listen, because it ain't like we talk about Cat in a playoff realm, like, oh yeah, he turns it up. We don't do that. This is his chance right now. This is his chance right now as well. You know what I'm saying?
Last season he had a good playoff run. So now this is his next one. So
but now you on a new team. You know what I'm saying? And you got good players, really good players around you. You know, Eastern Conference Finals. It's time for him to put his imprint in playoff history. And if they make it to the finals, he got to do it there too. He has to. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, man. Game 4, you know, downtown at Gainbridge Fieldhouse tonight. Game come on at 8 o'clock. Pacers lead 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Who you think going to win tonight? You got the Pacers winning or you got the Knicks winning?
I think I'd probably get Indiana on this one.
I think they're going to win too. For something tells me they're going to win. You know what I mean? Something tells me they're going to win. But I'm going to tell you something, though. So I put some money on the series. It was $100. You know what I mean? And it was double, you know, and it's double for sweep. You know what I mean? So Karl Anthony Towns, he ruined my, you know what I'm saying, my sweep money. You know what I'm saying? He ruined that. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, I'm hoping the Pacers win so I can collect my cash. I don't want to give up $100. You know what I'm saying? So shit. I hope they win so I lose my damn money. You feel me? But tonight it's gonna be. I think tonight is gonna be one of them because it ain't like, you know, if we talking money wise, right? Let's, you know, everybody like to say, oh, it's rigged, that type of shit. If we was on that type of time, they gonna favor New York because it's more money. If that was the type of time we on, like Twan, we talk about this shit all the time. Twan is big on, you know what I mean, like shit being rigged. You know, we be betting and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So this gonna be one of them games. It might be one of them games like it's gonna be a physical game. This might be a swallow the whistle game. It might be. You know what I'm saying? And
that's crazy.
And let them boys play. Put the whistle in your pocket and let them boys play. You know what I'm saying? Because That might be what it is. This is the game of New York Knicks lives right here, because you don't want to go down 3-1. I don't give a fuck you going back to home or not. They whooped your ass twice at home. The Pacers, they ain't scared to go there and get you again. So this is not, oh yeah, we going back home. We get tied up 3. We can make it closer 3-2. This is not that. You can go home and lose, nigga, because you lost the first 2 at home. They walked in your building, walked out with the safe. That's what they did twice. So this is the game of the New York Knicks lives, and Tom Thibodeau better make sure he gonna pull everything. I'm playing everybody. I need fresh bodies. Even if you haven't played, go out there and give me solid, stern, hard defense, aggressive defense. That's what he need. I need my guys to get some rest, make it physical, make it tough. Start pressing. Start playing full court press just to slow it down, because the Pacers like to get out and run. You can't let them do. If they get out and do that, they're going to blow your ass out. That's what they like to do. The Pacers team, with the way today's basketball is, Jordan, you know this. Today's basketball is not 90s or even early 2000s when you got this guy and he operates everything and blah, 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 blah. Nigga, you know, right now they got shooting, which is what you need today. They got great shooting, they got defense, and they got guys that can catch and go down the lane. Catch and go down the lane and make it mid-range, kick the ball. They don't care who's scoring the points. They have a team around them. You know what I'm saying?
Harder. I think that makes things a bit tougher for you.
Yeah. So they
know the key on.
Yeah, like was anybody expecting Pascal Siakam to go for 39 in game 2? Nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting Nesmith to have 30 in game 1. They was not. They wasn't. He had 6 threes towards the, or 8 threes total. You know what I mean? But nobody was expecting him to have 30. He's not a 30-point scorer guy. But also, we're gonna see. Tonight it could be a Nimhard that snap. Tonight it might be. Oh yeah, but you know, like the Pacers fans, they ain't liking him this series.
Yeah, but
even still,
that's what I'm saying. Like it might be a night where it might be him. It might randomly might be him.
Well, because he hasn't been getting in that much. You know what I mean? And Pacer fans is like, yeah, I'm glad he ain't, because he bullshitting. Well, if the time he does get in, see what Rick Carlisle does, even though he ain't getting in as much this series, the time that he does get in and he do his thing,
and he's gonna keep him in.
He gonna keep him in. Rick Carlisle is not, I'm stick to my guns. No. Whatever's working, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. If it's working, we're going to do this. I don't give a fuck about who. If Rick Carlisle coached the Knicks, I promise you Jalen Brunson would have been on the bench more. I promise you that. Especially if he's seen how they played better with him on the pond. It's tough to watch from the sideline, I'm pretty sure. If you a competitor and you know what I mean, cool. But if that was Rick Carlisle, he not Tom Thibodeau, stick to my gun. No, he ain't gonna do that. He's gonna stay in the game. I'll let you know when to come back in. Period. So this is the game of the New York Knicks lives. And if they want to live to see, you know what I'm saying, another series, you feel me? Because you're not gonna beat the Pacers 3 times in a row. You're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? So we shall see.
It's tough, man. It's tough, man. You know,
it's gonna be extremely loud in there, bro. You know why? Not only because, you know, it's game 4 and it's a chance to go up 3-1. Tyrese Halliburton's father is about to be back in the building.
You think that's going to play a part?
What I'm saying is it's going to be louder, and he might be in the suite, right? But you know what they're going to do. They're going to show the camera with him in the suite. He going to be going, he can do whatever he want to do in that suite. He going to have a Halliburton towel that he had out in Giannis's face when he was on the court and shit. He gonna have that towel, and he gonna be going berserk. Why? Because he's not around the players. He gonna be up in the suite, and they're gonna be showing him on the big screen, and that's gonna turn up the fans even more because Pops is back in the building. I'm telling you. So this is the game of the New York Knicks lives, bro. This is the game. If they win tonight, it's 2-2. If they lose, it's 3-1. They go back home, yeah, they might get a dub. But when they come back here, it's over. It's over. You're going home in 6 if that's the case.
I mean, we can't just necessarily think that New York gonna win over there, man.
No.
Teams are winning. Teams are beating teams in the
Yeah, and they build it.
And they building
Yeah.
this playoff series, so it's not just a foregone conclusion for sure.
No, it is not.
And then Ashes is gonna be tight, especially during these 3-1. Ashes get tight. You know what I mean? Yeah, real talk.
Real talk. Yeah, I mean, anything else on your mind, my boy, before we get up out of here, man?
Nah, man, it ain't really much going on. I mean, Caitlin Clark, she's out for I
2
think
weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
They said they couldn't verify any of the racial remarks on Angel Reese. Naismith is coming back for game 4. Was it Nafisa Collier, the girl from Minnesota,
Yeah.
balling out.
Baller.
Yeah, she getting buckets this year. You know what I mean? She was already a top two player anyway, but right now, like, she's probably taking the lead as a top dog right now. Or you might still probably give that to Asia Wilson.
I'm about to say, hey, my girl Asia Wilson out there getting money.
Yeah, she ain't getting money like Collier though. She ain't getting money like Collier.
No. The feast of balling. No, she balling. I ain't gonna lie to you.
She balling. So we got a few things happening. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen now that CC's out. What's gonna happen to Indiana and the WNBA? Like, what's gonna happen in terms of that?
Listen, that's when I seen she was out. I said, okay, they 2-2 right now. They 2-2, and now they about to go 2 weeks without CC. Let's see what that record is, because they got a good team. Let's see what that record is. You know what I'm saying? In the times that she out, can they have a winning record, or are they gonna have a losing record? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm excited to see if they're gonna be able to maintain, because if they go, we all know what Caitlin is to the Fever. We already know that what she is to any team. We know that, but I'm just saying how good is that team really without her versus with her? If they could have a winning record without her, it's like, man, they got a really good team, and that could be scary for the rest of the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
They winning and she ain't even there. Oh shit.
Yeah. I want to see what happens with the revenue, like what happens, like, what's gonna happen, like, with all the people watching. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see if, like, how they go, like, to a place and it's like it's packed. You sell out the arena at 15,000, 60,000.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna go down to like 7,000. Back to like.
Well, you remember I told you, I said, if that's the case, they ain't basketball fans. They Caitlin Clark fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's
basketball too. It's
sure.
like you follow your players. Like
Absolutely.
Steph Curry, LeBron James. Like, they gonna I'm LeBron James. I'm gonna go where he's going, and I'm gonna go watch him play. Like, that's basketball. That's fan stuff.
Well, listen, and I think that works if, like, for sure, and I get that, because if LeBron James is not playing, you know what I'm saying, some people might be like, man, I want to sell my ticket. Steph ain't playing. Look at Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? And Sixers is my team, but I want to see my guy in person. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him in person. I want to see him play in person with my own 2 eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. You know what I mean? And I said that because you remember, when they were with the Olympics talk, we need more eyes on the Olympics, and I said I don't want to hear that no more, because they don't tell me all of the girls in the world, they know the WNBA is there. They know. They've been overseas playing, and the Olympics, they play in different countries. Every little girl that's a basketball fan, they know the WNBA is there. So if they only gonna watch the Olympics because of Caitlin Clark, then they may not be big time WNBA fans. You know what I mean? Because that's not gonna make them watch Asia Wilson. That ain't gonna make them watch Nafisa Collier, other great players that's in the WNBA. You know what I mean? But I'm more so excited to see what the record gonna be now that they 2-2 and they about to go a 2-week stretch without her. That's what I'm more excited to see. You know what I mean? So the Fever fans, bro, they coming. They still gonna be there. Yeah, they still gonna go to for sure. They still gonna go to that game. Now, maybe when you go, like, to a different city, you know what I'm saying? And you know how, like, for instance, if LeBron, they're gonna go play the Wizards. We know the Wizards ain't selling out. They ain't selling out no games. But LeBron come to town, you know what I'm saying? Or motherfucking Steph Curry or Kevin Durant or, Kawhi Leonard come to town, guys like of that ilk. You know what I mean, man. What?
Listen, man. Not everyone is Steph Curry,
No,
LeBron James.
bro.
Don't
No,
do this.
I'm just
You talking
naming.
you talking about bringing people? No, bringing
I'm
people to
just,
the bringing
I'm
people. This is
okay.
Big Mike.
Okay.
No. I have to
Just
call you
name
out
it.
now. No.
Listen,
I'm gonna call
no.
you out.
I'm just naming big names, Jordan. That's all. I'm not. Kawhi's not a. He's not gonna sell out. I'm just naming big names, bro. Right? I'm just naming big names. That's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You go to the Wizards game and they're not playing. I mean that they don't sell out. When those guys come to town, they're gonna sell out. It's gonna be so. Yeah, if you go to like other cities and shit, maybe it may not be as much now that for these 2 weeks that she gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? But at the Fever game, they still gonna be there. They're gonna be there.
I
I
mean, I
think
hope
so.
so. It's gonna be interesting to see. You know what I mean? Expect, yeah, for sure. For sure, when they travel, because if she's traveling with them or she's doing like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a big dip.
Mm,
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see like what happens with all that. You know, especially the viewership and see what happens with that. You know what I mean?
mm,
Yeah, man. I think it would have been good for her to go to the Olympics, and I think she actually deserved it. That's what I was saying. Like I thought she actually had you know, she actually deserved to go. You know, but that's nor here nor there. I want to now. I see. You know, Angel Reese. She ain't really having a great year, and
no.
you have the memes happening right now with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That she just. I don't know if like she improved any bit. You know what I mean? Like
Let me tell you something. They're not. Angel Reese is not doing what is. How can I put this? They got her doing shit that she ain't supposed to be doing, man. You don't need to be posting up. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a hustler. Be a hustler. Your post, I've been saying it from the beginning. Big Mama, Camila Cardoso. That's
should be.
that's your big man. That's who he should be running through down in the post. Angel Reese, get the boards, baby. Get the putbacks. Set some screens. Do the dirty work. Do the dirty work. You don't need the ball in her hands, dribbling up the court. Be Dennis Rodman. Be
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman. Be that. You but maybe it's because she had the big name. Oh, it's Angel Reese. Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about that. That's not gonna let you win. Angel Reese doing what Angel Reese does, being a hustler, Dennis Rodman, that's how she is going to succeed in the WNBA. Not posting up, trying to do post moves, not bringing the ball up the court, not shooting fucking threes and shit. I mean, that's just it, bro. If the coach going to keep allowing her to do that, it's going to be more memes, nigga. I don't see no Dennis Rodman memes out here. You know why? Because he ain't bringing the ball up the court. He ain't posting up and shit. He's setting screens. He doing the dirty work. And that's what that's what they should be having Angel Reese doing. If that was coaching, you ain't getting no post-ups. You're not. You're going to be Dennis Rodman out here. And what's wrong with that? Can you not go to the Hall of Fame being Dennis Rodman? Can you not be a superstar being Dennis Rodman? Yeah, you can. You can change the game by doing what Dennis Rodman does. And I think that's what that's what Angel Reese is most successful at. She's not being successful because she's doing shit that she ain't supposed to be doing. Period. That's just how I look at it.
The only thing with her is I think the reason why I think she's getting more memes is because she's a good rebounder basketball and she can rebound. She can get offensive rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
And if she gets offensive rebound and she's close to the basket,
yeah,
you can try and go up, but she's just not really making it because she like be shooting the ball from like.
That's what I'm saying. That's another thing. You shoot it from down here, baby. I don't know who your coach or your trainer is, but that shit gotta stop. In what world can you shoot from down here? Like, that's not gonna work, bro. You gotta be able to get that motherfucker up and do your thing. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? All of that, like the off-season shit. I'm not saying don't try to up your game. I'm not saying don't try in off-season to work on post. I'm not saying that, but that's not your forte. That's not gonna get you paid. That's not gonna get you dubs. That's not. If she keep doing what she's doing, you think Angel Reese about to get a bag when it's time for extension? I'm not spending my money on a bag for Angel Reese. If you're not doing in order for her to get paid the way she want to get paid, she need to do what she does, which is Dennis Rodman shit. Period. Let Dennis Rodman go over there to try to post up and shit. Boy, stop. Cut it out. You know what I mean? So I'm all listen. I'm all for trying to expand your game, but it's just not when the game is on the line. When it's time to get out there and get busy, bro, you got to do what works best for you. And then right now, that's not what's going on. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the coach too scared to say something. I don't know. Hey, stop doing that shit. You ain't doing that no more. No. We got big Cordosa down here. She's 6'7", and she can play in the post. You do the dirty work. No more post-ups for you. Set screens, get rebounds, run the floor, play defense every night. That's you. That's your career. If you get better along the way, cool. But first, before you get that, I need you to work on your shooting down under the rim. It has to be up. You cannot shoot from down here. Somebody got to be stern and aggressive and have a stern. Somebody got to be a stern trainer, you know what I mean, or a stern coach to say that to her. And ain't scared of what the comeback gonna be. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying. That's just me. So she keep doing this shit. The memes gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep on coming, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, listen, man, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Right on for my guy, Jordan. You know how we do, man. We rocking every day. You understand me? Make sure y'all watch this game tonight, Pacers versus Knicks. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all see it down there so you can be up to date with all things under the lights. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok as well. You feel me? We'll holler at y'all, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. That's our show for the day, and we gone.